to another episode of Yellow Submarine. Today with us we have one of the greatest, one of the most prolific sportsmen Namibia has ever had to offer. Before I give you the name and I tell you who it is, yesterday night I was watching some of his his previous matches, and something actually occurred to me when I was watching that. The crowd was shouting, Harry, Harry. Now, hold on, before we do that, now we're gonna wait. I have to do the man justice. There's only I thought about the whole of Namibia. Sports or no sports. I think there's only 3 people in the country that can get that kind of a reception. I think Frankie Fredericks is one of them, and probably the founding father is one of them, and then Mr. Harry Simon. And when I was listening to that, the chants, like your fans really rock with you, like they really love you. So welcome, Harry Simon.
Thank you.
Welcome, Harry Simon. What's poppin'? How you feeling, man?
I feel great. Thank you for inviting me, guys.
No, definitely. It's really an honor to have you here. Eh? Let's jump into it. I know you have to. You have some training to go back to. We'll come back to that quickly. Quick question. Tell us a little bit about your childhood, because a lot of our artists and our sportsmen we know very little about them. About your childhood, like coming up.
My childhood.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Because I heard you were working in a mine. There's just a lot of stories, but I want to get the real scoop.
If we talk about my childhood, we talk about little skinny boy.
Skinny?
Yeah.
Where you skinny coming?
Yeah.
Skinny. You're like imagine.
Yeah, I actually started boxing when I was 8 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, and my first fight when I won my first fight, I won an orange. I remember the guy I fought.
You won an orange?
Yeah.
Who was this organizing fights for oranges?
No, it was not actually you have to fight and you get an orange, but
Like a bet?
The guy, the organizer. You remember those? It was in the 80s.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And to get an orange, it was like a big thing. It's an honor for me to get an orange.
It's a diamond up in there.
So you getting oranges at home. You only eat maybe one orange once a month. Those years.
I guess it was
Yeah,
like
those years.
Yeah, those years.
Back in
Man. Come
those
on,
days.
especially me. I'm from a poor family.
Let me ask you a question. Like we'll be drifting between the questions because there's a million things to ask you and not enough time. But it's actually funny when you talk about those days. You're talking pre-independence apartheid days. Now, how was that? How was that? Especially because that's also going to be your teenage years. Also, it's pre-independence. How was it the training? Because eventually, I'm sure you'll have to fight a white guy, and you probably now what did it? Because you haven't lost a fight.
Yeah.
So now, like pre-independence, like if you knock out like a burtop, is it not problems?
It was actually. It's sports actually. I never get into trouble by participating with the white guy and beating him, and later on they want to arrest me or fighting me. No, it never happens to me.
Never happens. Wow.
So was it really did you take it as talent, or was it really what you love? Like, is it really what you love? Is boxing really what you love?
Back in those days, for me, it was just a hobby.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah, it was just my hobby, and
And
I really didn't know that I'm gonna go this far.
Oh my God, God, thank you so much. Blessings.
That's interesting. Because there was a commentator that said, like when I was checking in one of the matches, he was like you are more of a brawler, but then like if you put pressure on him, as I said, but when you put pressure on him, you can see that he has a whole skill level, like a whole bag of skill, and that only really comes like that's technique. That's something that's worked into you from when you were young. Like, so from what time did you start really taking it seriously? Because I know after a certain age, if you don't have it, you just can't get it.
Man, to be honest, I don't at the moment, I don't call myself that I'm talented. I'm not talented, to be honest. I'm just gifted. And I always tell people that, hey, to get, I'm not boasting, but to get a person like me, Jesus,
It's a
maybe
blessing.
it is a blessing, my friend. I've done things that many boxers in Namibia could not do.
Many boxers in the world.
Yeah, I you know, I just other day someone just put a thing on WhatsApp, and he saw me with Springbok colors,
Yeah.
and he said, "Hey, die Wambuki is mos baie goed. He get Springbok colors in the apartheid days. He's a Springbok and he become a world champion as a professional. And he's the black son was baie goed." And I look at it and I say, yeah, this guy is telling the truth. Then I went in the mirror and say, it's changed. See, but to be honest, to go the road that I went is just a big blessing, my friend. The problem is just because maybe I'm in Africa, it's Namibia or whatever, but if I was overseas, I was going to get the recognition that I deserve.
So
Yeah,
you feel that you haven't gotten the recognition?
Yeah. Yes.
But
I know.
hold on.
Why
How
I'm
many?
saying that?
You've had at one point, I think, did you not have 2 belts at the same time? Or something. But you're a world champion. You can't tell me you're not getting there. That means the world loves you. Namibia definitely loves you.
Let me tell you one thing that many people don't know. When I turned professional, apart from amateur, when I turned professional, it was after independence.
Yeah.
There was no professional boxing in Namibia. And I had to leave my job at Oranium when I used to work at Oranium.
The mine.
Yeah, the mine.
Okay.
I had to leave my job. I struggled. I stayed. You must know, guys, uneducated guys like me, leave a job where you getting paid 4,000. That was 93, 94. It's good money.
That's good, yeah.
And I had to leave my job, go to South Africa. That was after Olympic Games. I went there, and when I get there, things changed. It was not like I expected. Yeah. I had to struggle. We didn't have accommodation. Sometimes we stay in a place. It was me and Nesta Tobias.
Was there?
Nesta Tobias.
The manager. He's
a boxing trainer.
boxing trainer. Yeah.
He was like he was my sparring partner, I would say. And he's the guy that used to advise me and all that. He's older than me. Yeah. At that time I couldn't even write. He used to write for me. Yeah, he used to read for me and all that. He used to help me a lot. Whatever life has happened now.
Shout out to Mr. Nesta.
Yeah. I love.
Shout out.
Okay, and I had to go and start boxing there in South Africa as a professional because there was no professional there. Yeah, that's where I started now. There's where the people started to realize that, hey, we have boxers outside, but although they knew there were these boxers outside, we still struggle. We did struggle with sponsors. We didn't. There's times maybe from the gym we just found our apartments is locked.
Oh my
And I
God.
say, hey, what? Then they said, maybe a paper. They then start reading it. Say, hey,
Payments.
we didn't pay for this.
Payments.
And we just take our bags, go to a club, sit there in the club, and one guy, our friend, told us, hey, if you don't buy anything,
You have to go.
you have to go. Then we just go, take a glass, put water in, sit with a glass until the morning. Because they can't chase you out. And we have been doing that. See, and the person who helped us a lot is actually our president. Yeah.
Current first president.
No,
current.
at that time he was the Prime Minister, Hage Geingob.
Shout out.
Okay.
Yeah, he used to help us a
G
lot.
up in the sun.
Yeah, Hake helped me a lot, especially me. Yeah, he helped me a lot, and he used to send us money to pay accommodation and all that. He paid our accommodation maybe for a year. Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic. Well, the story is rough, and it's actually important for all the kids that are watching there, because I think like my generation sort of there's this thing where it's supposed to come easy, or like you just sort of blow up suddenly, but it's actually a lot of struggle, a lot of hard work.
Nothing is easy.
Nothing is easy.
Yeah. Ek kwepting eskene sa goeie twisa hinda nog pa twiguna mida nog pa twiguna din kuran kuchinke sike gahuka tensera mi o sike madini di heiska kwikene I akadutura sa huke ke huka sikera chi, so we never had it like they did, never had a paycheck skola regedida huka fruse ke hu shipin di yesi machi kise birna gere a di masa gese age di baba gese ngake. I'm not proud of what I did, but I'm proud of who I became. A dollar martori dood en jealous aan net kom flop ek is nog vir julle ouens wat en jealous aan dit beter on dia pay ons kom vir julle en julle kender maridani di ida sado ngqake with God's grace that get ida nguseni I ngamagada get ida huka di khunara di John.
There's a match coming up.
Yeah, there's a match coming up on the 24th of this month. It's 20 days to go. So I have like 19 days to lose another 8 kilograms. 19 days, 8 kilograms. So from here I have to run to the gym. And I know I'm gonna lose those 9 kg. Yeah.
From here, you run?
That's a lot to lose in 18 days.
I'm going to the gym from here. Yeah. Just gonna do my.
What's your regiment going to be like? Like your regiment, like what are you going to be eating? How many times a day are you training? Because that seems heavy.
Actually, I'm like a cow now. I just eat green salad.
Oh, why?
Okay, no, but it's good.
Green
It's good for
salad
yourself.
and the water, a little bit of energy.
All right.
Energy drinks. It's tough. And we guys like me, we are like over 40 now.
Oh.
Although I don't look like that.
You don't?
Yeah, that helps me straining. So it's
All right.
not the
like,
same anymore.
like this character. Firstly, me, I'm a Harry Simon fan, so we can really talk shit about this dude now. Who are you fighting? Why are you fighting? Because is it first round? Is it second round? Like when are we putting him down?
Excuse me, the guy that I'm fighting is Kamija.
I don't know him.
Kamija Shabadi or whatever. So, yeah, for me, sometimes if you undermine someone, is where you're gonna get trouble in the fight.
Yeah.
So I really don't undermine anybody.
How do you like his chances?
I'm training hard to beat him on points, but if the knockout comes first round or second round, whatever, I will take it. Yeah. So for my fans, boxing fans, people that like boxing,
Shout out, fam.
guys, I don't want you to see me walking around or driving my car and say, "Oh, yes, before we pay, you already finished." Come early.
Do you have boxers under you? Are you doing training, or are you still focusing only on your solo career?
I'm having someone who gave me just a small space in Valdes Bay where I've opened up Harry Simon Boxing and Fitness Academy.
Okay.
Yeah, the problem why I don't give a lot of attention, I have put my assistant trainer, my friend Whitey. He's the one who's training the young guys. There's no seniors, it's only young boys. Yeah, and he's training them. And I always go there maybe once a month, just to go and see how things are going. But I'm staying in Swakopmund.
So it's close.
So
It's
do you
close.
plan on opening it in other towns too?
And Valvesba is my hometown.
Oh, okay.
So I have to clean my house first before I go on. So the thing is that my thing is in Valves by now, and I was thinking if the government can give me maybe a piece of land or an old building of the government, so that I can start doing training the youngsters, because a lot of boys,
There's potential.
yeah,
There's potential.
they want, and most of the champions, good boxers, come from the coast. So not because I'm the champion coming from the coast. Most of the champions this side now. My problem is that if the boys, if you grow up, when he becomes like 17, 18 years old, and he's a good boy, he's a good fighter, national team, then he has to come to Windhoek. He leaves his mother and father there. Windhoek, he stays here, he's fighting here, he doesn't send money home anymore, because he's got a different life now here. That's why I'm saying, why don't we just make a big gym there in Walvisby? If the guys grow up, just train there and stay there.
Can I give my
most of the boys just run to Windhoek.
Can I give like my 2 cents on that? That's something that I've actually found in music as well. Not that you have to leave your town, but it's usually the people that sort of sign up these artists. They don't teach them like how to manage their money. They don't teach them, an average boxing career, if you are lucky, is going to be about 30 years or more if you are really lucky. So you need to make a plan that you have something for that. And artists especially don't know that. But is that, like I feel like what you're saying there, it's the responsibility of your boxing club to make sure this is our boxer. Yes, he's bringing all of us money at the moment and he's making his money, but we need to make sure that he doesn't blow all his money away, and we need to make sure that he has something for when he retires, and we need to, that's... Yeah. I think it's very selfish to sort of just take an artist, not an artist, a boxer, and then you just put him there, make me money. After he makes you money, then it's finished. I don't agree. I don't know if you guys have a different philosophy on that. Do you give like life coaching as well, or?
That's why actually we are busy. I'm busy actually doing a retirement foundation, whereby I'm gonna start helping the youngsters.
Okay.
Yeah, some of them I send them out of the country. It depends how good he is. Not only in boxing.
It's actually let me say this. It's actually quite interesting. You're actually more humble than I expected, because I expect boxers to be generally like just like say that again because weight is no, but I'm saying I say that again for when it is, because people are going to want to sort of you're talking about a Harry Simon Foundation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's gonna happen. So, like I told you, most of us boxers, most of the good boxers, they are uneducated. And I thought about it, and I was advised also that, Harry, why don't you do something like this? By doing something like that, you need people that can write, that use computer, that can say, okay, we're gonna do this, A, B, C, and D. Yeah, that is actually...
Yeah, you have to have a team.
Yeah. So I have a team, but they're still waiting for me to finish with my career. It's actually, I told them, let me do my last 2 or 3 fights, then we start this.
Whoever is using recreational drugs, whatever you're using, as you go in to see a health professional, tell them about it. Because some of the drugs that we write interact with, the metabolism, the way that the body breaks them down, interacts with the same pathways that these other recreational drugs use. So if you say so, then it changes sometimes a prescription that could come out of the doctor's or the nurse's office that you've gone to. So it's important to actually disclose fully, I'm also taking this, and I'm also taking this, and I'm also taking this. So we need to let people know that, okay, marijuana is out there, but we've got problems where some of it you're not still, just like we've talked about, because the industry is not regulated. You've got problems where you're not quite sure what has been put in that joint.
That's a big problem, I think.
That's the biggest problem that young people face, in that the cheaper it is, the more likely it is it's got other things in it. The more expensive it is, the more likely it is that it's just that. So we need to get our young people aware and informed, but we're not having the conversations. So it's difficult to get awareness and information when we're not having, because all the information that is out there is, let's not do drugs. That's the message that is there. Let's not do drugs. Yes, let's not do drugs. But in the event that we do, what are we actually saying to them?
When did it actually register with you, like, properly? Because who did we ask? Who did we ask? I think we were talking to guys, but there's a lot of, especially with artists, they will have a point where they are just like, it was like that day, this thing happened. I remember like the day when I was like, oh, music is what I'm doing with my life. Like, did you have like maybe in your amateur days, like a time maybe after a punch you knocked somebody out, you're like, yeah, that's the one. That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, man, the thing is that I was actually a naughty boy, very naughty, and whereby I started to say no, I will take boxing serious. Is when I went to South Africa.
Okay.
For an SA title. South African title, there's no South African title. You, as a black man, you can't win a South African title just like that. Especially you coming from Southwest at those times. At that time from Southwest, then you win a South African title. It's very tough. Now imagine me when I went to South Africa. Before I went to South Africa, there was a championship in Namibia, in Southwest, let's say.
So yeah, Southwest, yeah.
Yeah. Then I beat this is, sometimes when I say these things, my tears just want to come out. How did you get right? How did you get it right? Because I was like 14 years old.
Oh my
God. And my birthday is in October.
Yeah,
and now these guys, is Erastus, David, Kamukuyu, these top guys, they've been champions in that division 7, it was featherweight, for like 4 years. And I'm 14 years old, you have to be 16 or 17 years to be a senior. All the juniors, they say, no, we're not going to fight Harry, he's too dangerous.
So they were actually scared?
Yeah. Then they throw me. I can't believe. They throw me into senior.
Yeah.
But I train. But these guys,
Who was training you then? Did you have a trainer?
Yeah, I had a trainer. But these guys, they are like the big 4 guys. They are there. And man, that was 1988. My first fight, I had to fight Kamukuyu. And Kamukuyu is the most dangerous guy in that whole division. But he always loses to Erastus David because of his experience. And I had to fight Kamukuyu, and I said, how will I beat Kamukuyu? And I went to Kamukuyu, I said, hey. And all of them are my friends because I'm one of the big stars in
It's your community, it's your community, it's your people.
I'm not gonna hit you hard. And I was skinny, small boy. I went in with Kamguyo. I don't know what happened. I just catch Kamguyo with one right. The referee stopped the fight. I could not believe it. I win the fight. I knocked the guys out, which was actually unbelievable. Final, I was with Erastus David, and Erastus David he won that title. He keeps that title for 4 years. Imagine, for 4 years. So which means he won that title when I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
So all his life he's been killing for 4 years, and then you came in.
I just came in.
Oh my God, as tall
and I was 14 years old.
Oh my God.
And I didn't knock him out. I beat him on points.
Yeah,
I beat him on points.
Yeah.
Which was actually unbelievable because Erastus has combinations and all that, but I was just too smart. And I had a trainer, a white man, Japi Deacher, I remember his name.
Shout out, Mr. Jabi.
Yeah, Jabi Deacher. That time he just give you what I say, Harry, murum.
Oh, no. We have to go. We have to go to break. Okay, no. We're finishing.
There was no way he could say, hey, Harry, use your jab or use your angles.
This is a murum.
Yeah, he's a murum.
Nowadays, niggas be talking reckless, saying some dumb shit they later regret it. But I guess it's best to get it off the chest, cause it turns out to be a mess when they keep it under the mattress. How we letting this money and women get to us? All that hidden agenda making us sweat the trust. The fruit forbidden in you, the reason you stress too much. You been in Eden just feeding off jealousy and such. I look around me and I see a lot of empty souls. You done walked into that envy hole, that's true. You done walked into that empty hole, figured out this can't be gold. The bigger route is keeping family closer. Suppose you might have to revise the whole formula, cause we don't recognize your device. So we prone to ask, what is you on? Cause all you need is PC. The devil is a lie, and judging by the Elliot, it's all cause of me, see.
I was looking. And I'm a fan of the pure sports. Boxing is another one of those pure sports. And in all pure sports, form is important. I watched like a couple of your matches yesterday, and there was one that took a little bit longer. It wasn't on the second round, third round, and that took a little bit longer. But and one thing that the commentator kept on saying, and that I could also see, is that form. Like even after you took a punch, or you took like a punch or two or one or whatever, like you'd keep your form, and that has a lot to do with training. So who's training you now? Is it ingrained enough that you're just like, okay, no, you're gonna sort of move yourself through it, or do you have like who are you training with at the moment?
Who am I training now at the moment? I actually have a trainer in South Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, my trainer is in South Africa. At the moment now, I'm actually just doing cardio. Boxing is already in me. Yeah, like I think on Thursday my trainer is gonna come, then I'm gonna take it from there.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm training also with Kashela. Open Fire Kashela is the young guys that I just brought up also. Yeah, there's a lot of good boxers in Namibia, as I say. Yeah, but the problem for me, I don't have a sparring partner in Namibia. My weight.
Just don't hit the people so hard, then they'll spar with you. Sparring partner, I'm like me, and then you knock me out.
The thing now at the moment, there's guys like Meroro, and Meroro is opposite. He's the guy that
it's the ups,
that I can maybe fight, but in Namibia is different. Mayweather and my Dana, they've been sparring partners. Mayweather with this black guy, the guy from Haiti. They've been sparring partners. Let me spar with Meroro here. Then they're gonna say, hey, look, these guys, they are friends. Look, they are helping each other. But it's sports.
It's sports, it's sports, yes.
It's soccer. If you guys going to play for a big match, Brave Warriors can play with his opposite.
Of course, yes, of course.
It's how in boxing, people would they will take it around.
But I saw that also, like it's
like now, he is sorry. Like now here in Namibia, the guy that maybe can spar me is Meroro. At the moment it's Meroro because he's heavy. Now he can't because he can, but if the people see, then they will say, oh, look. See, these guys,
like you guys are planning something.
Yeah, they are planning something.
Okay,
those years. After I beat Kamukuyu and all those guys, and I grew up and I started to work at Oranjemund. Then I started sparring with Kamukuyu, with Erasi and all that. But if it's championship, as was 8 of final mood cross of semi-final, we meet each other. I even fight my own cousin. Yeah.
How did it feel like? Like, was it hard?
It was
Like,
championship. And
You took it as like
We
family.
met-
family.
I knocked him out.
Right now,
He's older than me.
No, but you can't knock him out. You should have at least done
My friend, I don't know where did I get that power.
No, but it's family. You could have put him down.
That's
Yellow Submarine, we're coming back. 5-minute break, then we're coming back before
Yeah, this was
but we're gonna
powerful.
try keep him as long as we can, but we're coming back. 5 minutes.
One thing I've noticed with a lot of producers, and I've received a lot of tracks from a lot of producers, is the fact that they forget the process of mixing. There is a process to mixing, unfortunately. And I've noticed a lot of guys will just start making a beat, put compressions on, and song is done. Well, in some cases it does work. Very rare cases, but then I'm going to be talking about an approach on how to start off your mix. Before you start your mix, you need to balance your track. When I say you balance your track, is knowing where your kick has to hit your rim shot or your snare, or your bass, your vocals, and all them stuff they have to hit. Now, what I did people work differently. Other people will start with raw tracks without any compressor or processors or processing, whereby they start balancing the track, and then from there they start with the processing. Sometimes other people will just have the track rare and just start fixing the sounds in the context of where the track is, playing at that level or at the same time, and then they start balancing. That's exactly the same process I'm taking right now, which at the end of the day, all processes do work.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Yellow Submarine. We're still here
This was
with
popping.
Mr. Harry Simon, the legend, the undefeated king of the ring. Alright. We're speaking earlier about recent history and whatnot, and then you said you didn't want to go into it, which I also understand. But then there's something that you said that's very important, that you have a book coming out, and I did not know about the book. And it sounded like it's coming out recently. What's the title of the book?
The title of the book is Breaking the Serials of Silence. Breaking the Serials of Silence is actually a book that when I was in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually Harry Simon in prison, lifestyle and treatment.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing I can say about that is your form and your knowledge of that sport. If somebody can watch you just box and say, okay, this person has fantastic form, this person really understands the sport, you are already ahead of everybody like that, because not everybody even is able to master that skill and make it their own. Like, it's not always the strongest person that wins. Like you have to be smarter, and I know you understand boxing.
Nobody else can master it, but if you are gifted, my friend, that's a gift.
Something
it's a gift.
else.
It's
That's a gift.
There's
Yeah,
nothing
that's not a
gonna
talent.
change it.
Right.
It's like Mayweather.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather. People don't understand. I had great boxers here, my friends. Then they started to do like Mayweather, fight like this. You are open here, and all of them they've been knocked out. Then you want to fight like Mayweather.
But
You are not Mayweather. You can't be Mayweather.
And it's not,
Mayweather is the only guy that can fight like this, and it's open, but you can't catch him here.
Yeah, but is it not too late to change your complete approach to boxing after so long? You can't just, you've been boxing this way for 10 years and you just want to switch now, because you are not going to know how to box like that.
Yeah, but we Africans, our mentality.
I deny it. I refuse that.
No, our mentality is like that. Yeah, let me tell you one thing.
You are a fantastic African, and I'm surrounded by fantastic Africans.
Most of the Africans, let me tell you one thing. Maybe you guys notice as well. Okay? When brave warriors beat Bafana,
banana.
then I'm telling you something that you have seen it, but you just ignore it. Then most of the mothers at home say, "Hanji walk so gertu, Hanji walk so gertu, Hanspia jele walk so ger," because they can become also like the brave warrior stars. When Harry Simon became a world champion, all the lay boys, they were chased to boxing. Can't box. Only 2 weeks. Then they feel,
It's not for everybody.
yeah. Ziso.
Yeah.
It's here in your brain.
No, but that's standard. Like even in hip hop, everybody's trying to rap, and the market is so saturated. But then if you give it a second look, you can already see that this 80% here, no, it's not. You are in the wrong place. You are in the wrong place. These 20%, they are gifted, and now they have to work on it. Like with everything, I think people rush to it. But then I have another question. I was really in the match yesterday, young. I think I was even whiling. Get him. But then in the boxing, when you were boxing, and I think somebody also made a comment. But then I was like trying to listen. I don't know now if I was overhearing. But when you were punching, like you're hitting, and then when you got to me, I thought I said aye. I thought I heard you say aye. Like okay, the sounds there. Is it just gibberish or like do you psych yourself up? But me, I was really hearing aye. Then he missed for real. It's like aye. Then you blocked, and I was like,
did you hear aye?
I heard aye, and then I was like, do, and then you really hit for real, like, cause it sounds.
Sometimes you make a sound just to boost yourself,
or to help with a punch. Yeah. But I was thinking maybe I don't know. I thought maybe you were chanting something like to help, like I don't know.
No. Sometimes it's how you boost yourself.
What do you think about hip hop music? Hip hop basically.
No, hip hop is always the best music. Like you guys, I meet people like even him up behind the camera. That's good.
It's a look.
Yeah, I like it very much.
We covered like a lot of topics. Okay, in terms of training, because our audience is mostly a lot of young people. Is there some specific things? Another thing that I noticed, like I'm very into boxing. Have you come across The Power of One? The Power of One. It's a book by Bryce Courtney. That story is amazing, but it's also set in South Africa. Actually, around the time that you were boxing, if I get a copy, I'll send it to you as a gift. That's a promise. But then, are there certain things that just help you? Because the one fight, I still can't remember the character's name, but I told you he was about your build. He was the same height, but a little bit skinnier. I think he was from Chicago or something like that. I can't remember the name. But then I could see the difference in the movement, and it reminded me of Muhammad Ali's, that famous line, float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Because your movement is actually really good. Like even when you get on the ropes, you are comfortable there, like you move on the ropes. And when you're in the center, like you're moving, and he was moving, but it's not as fluid. It's not as fluid as your movement. Are there certain things? Would you advise somebody, for example, to dance or to play basketball or some stuff that would just help that? Is there anything like that?
Let me just come back here by training. I was actually very lucky to meet a guy called Brian Michel. He was a 14-time world boxing champion. He's from South Africa, and he became my trainer. And he's the guy who trained me for the Winky fight, to fight for my first world boxing. And Brian, the time of apartheid, he defended his title 14 times. In that 14 times, I think he won maybe 13 times he won on points. But imagine that time of apartheid, he won and defended his title overseas. But he won on points, which means he was not good, he was too good. And he was fit as well to win with guys like Tony Lopez on points. You have to be a machine. See, it means Tony Lopez maybe throw 100 punches, then he throw 300 punches in a round. In a round, that's how you have to win the fight. And Brian was my trainer, and before I get there, Brian was my trainer, and
this is 1998, eh? 98,
I joined Brian 96.
96, okay.
Yeah, and my fights was always in London. In 1998, I had to fight for a world title. But to be honest, if I didn't have Brian in my corner, I don't think I was gonna beat Winky. Because later on, I became a friend with Brian, and we become brothers. I stayed in his house. I didn't stay in the hotel anymore. I talk to him, he tell me everything. I ask him, how did you get it right to win a guy in his hometown? The guy is like the favorite in his country. But Brian go there and he beat him on point. You're gonna get robbed. But Brian doesn't get robbed. How did he win? He win convincingly. And he told me convincingly, and I was thinking, convincingly, how is convincingly? What is convincingly?
Basically, without doubt.
Yeah. So you have to win every round, and I said that's what I want to do with Winky. That is how I train. And a guy like Winky, I could not beat Winky. I was like this. That's how first they said it's a draw.
Yeah. First there was a counting error.
The American lady. She stood up and she said, no. Imagine that lady is from America and Winky is from America. And they read the scorecard of the lady that 114, me and Winky. So it means it's a draw. Winky he didn't lose. He's just gonna keep his belt and go.
He's gonna keep his belt and go.
Yeah. Then that lady stood up and said, no. It's 114, 113 in the favor of Harry Simon. That's how I win.
Shout out to her, man.
I was very lucky. God was on my side. That's how I win that title. And actually, when I win the title, they give me the title, the All Back one. That one, you get it if you win the world title. The world title one, Winky said, no, I'm not going to give you my title. He walked away with his title. He went with the title to the dressing room. We didn't get that title. They had to send it after a month.
That's bad sportsmanship though. But anyway, any last words? We're about to close.
Shout out to fans. Shout out to family.
Shout out. Anybody?
Maybe shout out to Ricky G, yo. That's what it is.
Man, I had actually a lot to say, but next time when I come, then we'll make time and we'll sit. I know you have to do training. Look, it's a real honor. Like I don't think you actually understand. Maybe it's because now I'm also now grown and the beard is here. No, like we were really fans and we are still really fans. You said God was with you. You said God was with you. God still is with me. God is still with me.
He's not going anywhere, man.
There's just one thing before you go. Just for I guess it's nothing special. It's just from Yellow Submarine to you. Just something that you know that you can put in your house.
Thank you.
Do remember.
Thank you. We're there.
We're